The following is a CSPN Media podcast presentation.
Hello, and welcome to Cast is Strong Style. I'm your host, Don Delarente, and I'm joined by my co-host, Anwar Starwin. What's going on, Anwar?
What's up, Don? How y'all doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing well. Glad to talk to you again. We had a little bit of a hiatus as the boys from New Japan came over to the States for some action in Philadelphia and New York City over about 2 weeks ago. And the Fighting Spirit Unleashed cards. And we had a little bit of controversy on that Saturday night card in New York City as I tuned in at 7 o'clock. Like, okay, I'm going to watch this New Japan. It's going to be about 3 hours. And then I forgot something else was coming on that Saturday. But I was like, once that goes off, I'll be able to do this, and that'll be a cool little evening.
UFC fight or something.
And I can see something I can watch. The Rock and Roll Express. That'll be cool. And then, So if everybody's familiar with New Japan World who listens to this, your stream will start soon. Screen was up there, and I got busy and looked up and said, "Damn, that's been up there for a while." And looked and was like. It's like 10 minutes after 7. What the hell is going on? So then there's nothing really happening. There's no anything, just your stream will start soon. So then about 8 o'clock, they pipe in and they're like, "Hey, Rocky Romero's out here in the ring. Hey, we're having some difficulties. The show will start soon. We're doing our best to, just bear with us. The usual when things are off kilter. Hey, who wants some t-shirts? Let's throw out some t-shirts." So it's like, okay, well, they said the show will start soon, so it's about 7:45 here. I'll stick with it till like 8:15. 8:15 comes, nothing. So I'm like, well, I'm out. So come to find out, the show started about 8:45 or so, close to 9 o'clock, in between 8:30 and 8:45. And the reason for the delay, did you hear this?
About the ambulance?
Yes, that somebody they suspect tried to sabotage the show as they called up the ambulance provider in New York. This is a union state, so they have all these requirements that you must have to run a athletic event, and one of them is having an ambulance on site inside the building. So someone anonymously called up the service, said that they were with the New Japan Pro Wrestling Company and the show had been canceled and they would not need the ambulance for the event tonight. So when the people at New Japan are getting ready to start the show, they're looking around and like, "Hey, where's the ambulance?" And it's not there. So they make a call and the ambulance company is like, "Oh yeah, somebody called and said the show was canceled. And the ambulance is out and about and we don't have one available to send you." So they had to scramble around and try to find the ambulance in New York City and get it to where they were at and get it inside the building. So, man, who would you
I heard
suspect
about
who
that.
done it?
I heard about that theory, but I've also heard from people that were at the show, and I believe I think it was Super J-Cast. I think it was Super J-Cast. They talked about it, and it's like one of the people from the podcast actually went back and checked to see what's going on, and it was really about more a technical difficulty based thing. That was just a story that they put out for the public.
No, I got you.
So,
I figured somebody had maybe cut a cord or something.
It's something. That's why it looks so different from most New Japan shows too.
Yeah. So Tanahashi and the Rock and Roll Express were on that show. That was the main draw for me. That's what I was tuning in for.
I still haven't watched that show.
Nah, me either.
I'm gonna watch it at some point, but it's just like I watched a little of it. I had a long day, and the wait for it to start to work, and just I was like, man, I'm tired. Fuck this.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
get back to this at some other point. So
Exactly. It just took me out of it. So I was just like, man, I'll catch up on some other time. So, but what I did get a chance to watch though was the Road to the King of Pro Wrestling, which took place this past Monday night in
yep,
New
it was good.
Japan. So it was very good. Yeah, it was fun.
It was a good road show.
We start off with the New Japan dads and the Young Boys teaming up together. So Kojima, Tenzan, and Uemura faced off against Yuji Nagata, Nakanishi, and Tsuji. Uemura hits the spear, and the Boston Crab follows until Kojima makes the save. The Koji Cutter follows, and the Anaconda Vice finishes it. So Kojima, Tenzan, and Uemura get the win.
I really like Uemura. He's grown on me as the years presented. I already like Suji, and with Naruto and Shota gone, it gives them even more opportunities to shine, and
Right.
it's cool. It's going to be cool to watch them, and even other young lions get more spotlight now that they're gone.
I may have to actually try to, when I see ROH come on my syndication here on Saturdays, I might actually have to try to tune in so I can see what Shota's gimmick is.
I don't think you're on the ROH, bro.
Oh, you don't think so? You don't think this? You don't
They're,
think the
they're not.
relationship
No.
is not? It's not at all. It's fractured that
Shota,
bad.
Shota's in England, brother.
England. Oh, excursion.
His excursion is in Britain,
Oh,
and Naruto is in America, but they specifically said LA Dojo, so
oh, okay. So
they ain't say nothing about no ROH, bro. So that
is
tells
that
you
is that independent?
LA Dojo is going to be handling his bookings, and he's going to be training here too. So
Oh, okay.
I think they're connected with Defy Wrestling or something, or Defy over in the Northwest.
Okay.
They'll probably be like you. I think that's where the LA Dojo guys wrestle in America. So yeah, they're not really feeling ROH. So
Hmm.
you're not nope.
Well, that sucks. Next
Hey,
matchup. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
hey man, they did it to themselves. You saw what they did at Madison Square Garden. Their business is
Yeah.
going awful this year. I
Yeah.
didn't think ROH. I didn't think anybody could rival WWE as the worst organization in wrestling, but ROH proved me wrong. Damn.
Yeah, their talent stunk out Madison Square Garden that night, and they had a real chance to blow the roof off, and they did not deliver at all. You're right.
Yeah, I hope Marty go get away.
Yeah, he gonna get that
If,
stank on
if before they put that stink on him, or like if you're gonna stay, get as much money as you can, like Taven did.
him. Shingo, he's back in a singles match. He's facing Hanare. Hanare's got a different haircut, a little different look. Looks like he may
Yep.
be getting geared up for something big coming up through Tag League or something.
I heard he went on I heard he went to like another country who was training like kickboxing or something, or some type of like martial art. So that's
Okay.
another thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Hanare fires up with slaps, and Shingo follows with a lariat. The pumping bomber follows for a 2 count, and then Shingo hits the Made in Japan. He gets the pinfall. So Shingo is back on the winning track in the singles division, which is only a positive for New Japan heading into the Tokyo Dome season.
Hanare's gotten better. He just need more opportunities, and I don't know how much that gimmick does for him, but whatever. I mean, the final stretch is pretty strong in that match, but I like the fact that like Shingo got him the hell up out of there. So good stuff.
The Legends, Tiger Mask, and Jushin Thunder Liger faced off against Minoru Suzuki and Kanemaru. Suzuki attacks with the chair shot, and then Suzuki shoves down the ref. Suzuki offers Liger a chair, and they face off. Then they have a chair fight. Liger attacks the ref and then brawls with Suzuki until the ref calls for a DQ. After the match, Liger says, "I apologize to everyone coming to Ryogoku on Monday because you aren't going to see a wrestling match. You're going to witness a fight to the death, a murder, because I promise you, I will take Suzuki's head."
Man, This fucking feud is one of the best feuds right now. I'm enjoying it. It's just got escalated as the year progressed, and it's gonna be cool. I don't know how much longer Suzuki is gonna be in New Japan because it seems like I've heard he's not really happy there. So just enjoy Suzuki while you can while he's in New Japan, people.
I definitely will. I am so looking forward to this match right here. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. It's been building, like you said, throughout basically the whole year since the spring, really.
Mm-hmm.
They've been, having some interactions. Liger's been trying to, not entice it, not entertain it. He was fucking with him when he was on commentary a couple of times. He didn't really take the bait, but the man can go so far. And now he's all in, and this is going to be so good. To me, this is a bigger draw to me than the championship match that we're going to talk about in the preview.
Man, I'm not really hyped for that championship match. Yeah, let's move on. Liger's the man. Suzuki too.
Chaos in the form of Goto, Ishii, and Roppongi 3K, Sho and Yo. They take on the Bullet Club, Yujiro, Taiji Ishimori, Jado, and Gedo. 3K takes out Yujiro, then they take out Ishimori. Goto finishes Gedo with the Lariat, the Ushigoroshi, and the GTR. So good little win here for the Chaos boys.
Good win for Goto as he tries to trick Jay White into giving him a title match that we all know he's going to give it to him at some point. Because they need a main event for a power struggle.
LIJ in the form of Naito and Bushi as they take on Suzuki Gun in the form of Taichi and Doki. Man, about 6 months ago, if you would have told me a match had Taichi and Doki in it, I bet you a lot of people would have had their nose up like, I'm not watching that shit.
Probably.
But now, I think those two guys are two of the better. Because it's not fair because El Despe's been out, but I actually look forward to seeing these two in a tag team more than I look forward to Kanemaru and Desperado now. That's just me, though. I'm weird.
Yeah, you weird, bro. I don't know about that.
I've been on the Taichi train for a while, and then I'm getting on the Doki train. In this match, I was actually, damn, it's been a while since I've seen him. What's up, Doki?
Did you see the shit that Taichi did like a week or so ago, where he had the character in a video game he made, I think, and he made the character look like fucking Sonata?
No.
I was like, God damn it, Taichi, you really trolling, man. And I heard he was having fun making fun of people in Japanese on YouTube, one of the like videos on YouTube. I think I need to look that joint up because I'm here for people making fun of people. So Taichi's the man. He's had a better year than your Kingslayer. I said it.
Put that down in some type of form to be archived. It breaks down. LIJ follows with double teams, and Doki cradles Bushi for a 2 count. Bushi follows with the drop kick, the code breaker, and the MX follows for the win. So LIJ in the form of Naito and Bushi are victorious. Did you see how Taichi tried to troll Naito after the match, and Naito was singing into the microphone?
Yeah, I got it here. That was good.
Naito, man. See, like, whenever he doesn't have the belt, the IC belt especially, just the IC belt, he treasures the heavyweight title the right way. Just the IC belt. Whenever he doesn't have that, man, he is...
You keep thinking that he's going to throw that belt, too. You keep thinking that.
Is he ever going to get that belt?
He gonna get that belt. Naito 2 belts lives on.
It's going to be interesting to see when that happens because, man, I've been watching for 3 years really strong, and I've been like, this is the year. Hasn't happened yet.
It's going to happen at the Dome, buddy.
Okay. Hamna, Yoshihashi, and Hiroshi Tanahashi. They face Makabe, Taguchi, and Yano. And this is a never openweight 6-man tag team championship match. It breaks down as Hamna hits body slam. He heads to the ropes and he hits the flying Kokeshi on Yano. It breaks down into the big move buffet. The challengers run wild until Yano cradles Hamna, and the champions get the win, and they retain the never openweight 6-man titles. I was trying to watch the Nationals and this at the same time. So I'm like, got one eye on the game and like an eye and a half on the wrestling. And I'm thinking to myself, dang, I saw them come out with the belts, but it just didn't register me where in the card we were. And I'm thinking to myself as I'm watching the game and I'm watching that and I'm watching the game, I'm watching that, and then I start watching more of the wrestling and I'm like, damn, this is a long ass match. What's going on?
It was. It surprised me. Like, I looked at the timestamp. I was like, whoa, this is a long match. Like, but it was good. It was a good match. It had nice action and comedy. It was like, it was kind of interesting to see like Taguchi do the Boomaye, and then the next match you see Ibushi do the Bamaye. You know, that was kind of funny. I don't think I remember them seeing that before, but maybe it's happened. I just never paid attention.
It's good to see Tanahashi. I love seeing Tanahashi in tag team atmospheres like this, where he can do his big stuff and not have to do so much heavy lifting, but he can just do what he does really good. I love it. That
would be the move if New Japan stopped bullshit. Like, put him in a tag team and have him. Man, put him in a tag team with Tsuji and let them just do their thing in the tag division, and that way Tanahashi won't have to take as many bumps and Tsuji gets better too. I mean, I can't ever think of no. I don't know the super. I don't have all the history, but I can't ever think of no Young Lion being tag team champion. So that would be something for Tsuji to have if they were to think about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. They're not creative in that tag division.
Seems to be the theme in professional wrestling right now.
Yeah, because nobody thinks of tag teams as main eventers or whatever.
Need Paul Ellering to come in and like just book a tag team division in somebody's company.
Yeah.
Just have a dedicated person just for the tag teams. Main event of our Road 2 show, Kota Ibushi and Okada, the Dream Team, number 2, faced up against Evil and Sonata. This would be like if 92 was the original Dream Team, this is like the 96 team right here. The original is Okada and Tanahashi when they team up. Ibushi looks for the Kamigoye. Sonata makes the save. It breaks down. Everything is Evil connects on Okada. The Boombaye by Ibushi and the Kamigoye is stopped by Sonata. The TKO follows. Evil hits Everything is Evil on Ibushi, and Evil and Sonata, they get the win.
Make Evil look strong. It was dope. I like that combination. That TKO followed by that Everything is Evil. You're not supposed to get up after that, buddy.
Yeah, I like how, like you said, instead of having 2 near falls, they just doubled up on the finisher, and that was it.
Over. Get up out of there.
Right.
It was a good build, and I don't know about Ibushi's hair dye, but whatever, brother. Do you? You my guy. I mean, you be doing wild shit, but all right, Ibushi. You don't want to age. We all know it. I mean, you don't age, but you really put in that work to make sure he don't show no gray. Whatever.
He's on that Eric Bischoff, huh?
Bushi like a year or 2 younger than you, dude. He's about my age, so there you go. If you know their ages, then you know our ages.
I was thoroughly entertained by this show. Even like I said, it took me away from the baseball game in a lot of points. So I don't have any complaints about this show. I had a lot of fun watching it from the like I said, the New Japan dads all the way down through the main event. Like I said, I'm not one of these people who see Doki and Taichi and be like, oh, this is automatic fast forward. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to be highly entertained by some bullshit and some heel wrestling. So let me see it. And Kota Ibushi and Okada, it was mostly to get that Evil and Ibushi match more hyped up because everybody's been seeing the Okada Sonata stuff for the last month and a half, so they've done all they can to build that up. But like you said, good way to get Evil propped up going into next Monday for the King of Pro Wrestling.
Yep.
This is Cast a Strong Style. You can find Cast a Strong Style on the web at cspn.us. You can also download, subscribe, and listen to the podcast through iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, and also YouTube. So we're going to preview the King of Pro Wrestling card really quick. Taguchi, Sho, and Yo, they're going to face off against the returning El Desperado, Kanemaru, and Doki. Tanahashi and Hamna, they're going to team up to go against Makabe and Yano. Naito, Shingo, and Ibushi are going to face off against Zack Sabre Jr., Lance Archer, and Taichi. Goto, Ishii, and Yoshihashi are going to face off against Jay White, Kenta, and Yujiro. Jushin Thunder Liger versus Minoru Suzuki, the match I'm looking forward to the most. Sneaky match here on the card that a lot of people are forgetting about, but as you know, this guy I'm about to talk about in a second, the champion, they're going to try to tear the house down and steal it. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match, Will Ospreay facing off against El Phantasmo. Jon Moxley, he's coming back to New Japan to defend his IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against Juice Robinson in a no disqualification match. Then our semi-main event, Kota Ibushi versus Evil for Ibushi's IWGP Heavyweight title shot at Wrestle Kingdom 14. And for the biggest prize in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the IWGP Heavyweight Championship match between Okada and Sonata. So, Mr. Anwar Starwin, we'll talk about the championship matches here first. That junior championship match is going to be a straight up make it very hard for these next three matches to do better than us type of match. I feel it. Even if they have to follow Minoru and Jushin Thunder Liger, that's going to be such a brawl that all the things they do is going to be so different that it may be hard to top it.
The way that the card is kind of spaced out, like you can have a brawl here, then you have like Will and like Phantasmo do some like high flying shit. It's kind of really smart how they place those matches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be a really good match. Like Will and like ELP have really good like chemistry. Will is more of the more dominant person with personality and wrestler within that match. So, man, like I don't sleep on no Will matches this year. He's just so damn good. So
yeah, he's been awesome, man.
I expect ELP is probably better in tag teams because it cuts down some of his nonsense. And like Ishimura is so good, he kind of hides some of like ELP's faults or whatever. Because sometimes it feels when you're watching him, it's like he has the big moves, but it's the in between stuff that don't be like as tight. So like complement the big moves or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you see any upsets in our last two matches, Dakota Ibushi versus Evil, or the Okada versus Sonata?
Bushi's gonna win. Bushi's gonna win, but I have more intrigue in that match than Sonata versus Okada. It's just the fact that I've seen Sonata versus Okada so many times this year, where I've only seen Evil versus Ibushi once this year. So it's like it is a certain level of diminishing returns. In the best matches, like other people have noted, like the best matches Okada and Sonata have are usually within tournament like settings, no title on the line, whereas you don't really know who may or may not win. Whereas when it's just title matches, you just know fucking Okada's gonna win, and Okada's gonna win going to the Dome. So it's kind of like this match, like they had to do it because of the G1 or whatever victory. I mean, they had to, but it's kind of like I don't want to see Sonata lose to Okada again because Okada got the win to go to the Dome. So it's like kind of kills interest in that match for me. I'm gonna watch it and hopefully if it's good, it's good. I'm gonna give it its props, but I got no real hype for it. I'm more hyped for like Suzuki versus Liger, and even Moxley versus Juice, because that first match they had was really dope. The second match was really cool too, and now we're here at the number 3 match. So There we go. And those matches were spaced out really nicely. So.
Yeah, and it's no disqualification, so that plays into Moxley's hands. That also plays into Juice's hands of wanting to get revenge for the things that Moxley's done to him. A couple of times he's left them laying. So I expect that match to be wild as hell. Might be some old Memphis from '82 type of stuff there.
Is there any chance that you think like Moxley retains? Because he still has a contract going because, I believe.
Yeah, because you know, he only has to make like maybe one more shot in November, maybe two.
Nah, his contract goes into next year, I believe.
Yeah, but I'm just saying for this year, I'm thinking about him being because he's got the thing with Kenny in Baltimore next month, but then he could probably finish that and go straight to New Japan, finish up for the build to the Tokyo Dome, and then get his Dome match set up because he's got to set it up.
You could do the setup for the Dome match in like World Tag League or something.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly.
So if he's going to retain the title or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. Just because we don't have that type of intrigue in a lot of places where you have such a top guy in two companies that are going to be using him and having them try to showcase him on some of their high profile.
And they kind of do need like Moxley. Because they're doing 2 Dome shows, so
exactly.
I don't want to have him in the spot. But yeah,
is that a weekend by chance?
I believe it is a weekend. Yes.
Good.
I mean, weekend in Japan. I don't know for America. I think it is a weekend. Hold up.
Hopefully,
I think. Nah, I think one of the days is a weekend. Other days on a Monday. I'm not sure though.
Okay, man, because that's gonna be rough.
Ain't gonna be rough for me if I got PTO.
Yeah. I was just thinking like if it's a weekend, then I can lounge and take my time and everything will be fine. But then if it's a weekend and then a weekday, that weekday is.
I think. I think it's January 4th and 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday.
I might even take off from the arena to make sure on that Saturday, just to make sure that I got nothing going on. Nothing going on. Any of this undercard intrigue you besides Jushin Thunder Liger and Suzuki? Maybe the setup for this match, Goto gets this match in the 6-man tag.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like, it'll probably be something that surprises me in those 6 men, but I'm more interested in all the the singles matches.
Right. I'm excited to see Lance Archer after his G1 run get back into some action here. Him and Shingo should have some pretty good interaction in this match that they got coming in the 6-man.
New Japan better sign Lance because they better not mess around and let that dude go because he's definitely someone that AEW could use. Or even like Impact again, or even WWE. So they better sign Lance.
The thing, if I was a wrestler these days, though, and we'll kind of end it on this, and we'll give shout outs and thank yous. If I was a wrestler these days and I was a free agent, and money wasn't necessarily the root of the basis of the final decision, I would see who has the best creative. And on the low, it's Impact.
Nobody really. I don't watch Impact, and that's the thing I've been hearing. Impact got really good stuff.
Yeah, they like creatively, like the things that they put their guys in, and the way that it's done, and the way that they book their matches and their wrestlers. It's really strong. It's really good. It's just that up until later this month, they haven't had a platform where people can see it and put it out strong enough and praise it. But maybe that'll change here towards the end of October, middle of October. But Impact has really good creative.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, Mr. Anwar Starwin, I'm going to turn it over to you for your shout outs and thank yous for this episode of Cash a Strong Style, sir.
Shout out to Jupiter Julep because she always gonna get shout outs. That's just the homie. Shout out to Matt Lizette. our animes is about to come back. Y'all about to see our timeline get annoying. And shout out to What's Sleep though, because she's just cool. So that's a little sis. And shout out to my homie Dominic. That's it.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Anwar Starwin for joining me always here on Cast of Strong Style. Give a shout out to everybody who listens to the WrestleCast and all the episodes and podcasts here on the CSPN. We thank you very much. Please support the podcast by going to CSPN.com, clicking on the tab that says Keep Our Podcast Free. Shout with our sponsors, Amazon, Blue Apron, Audible, Busted Tees. Some of your purchase will come back to help the podcast stay free each and every week. Also, check out the Patreon page. You can hear Anwar's thoughts on American wrestling, sports, and more over on patreon.com/CSPN Media. Also, if you're into AEW, that's where our coverage lies over there from the WrestleCast. We have a review up for Dynamite, so you can catch that over on the latest episode of The Dark Match, only on patreon.com/CSPN Media. So for my co-host, Mr. Anwar Starwin, I'm your host, Don Delarente, and this has been Cast of Strong Style.
Cast of Strong Style.